What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey everyone,
Where are they coming back to?
the FilmBros podcast.
All right, guys. So, we're going to start with a little good and bad, and then maybe make our way through some good and bad throughout the way. So, as a good cleanser, I chose a perfect topic, okay? We're taking a good step in, all right? I'm excited about it. I know you were excited about it, and I know we touched up on it a couple days ago, but now that we got the reports and we got like an actual number to like what it did in the box office,
Okay.
that is Star Wars, the 40th anniversary release. Now, we did tell you guys that we did go watch it, so we are ones to have supported it.
Oh yeah.
It being a 1983 movie, okay?
83.
Yeah,
Damn.
1983 movie. Wound up making, in just one weekend for the 40th anniversary, close to $5 million.
Well, that's not
It
bad.
made more about maybe like a 4.8 million. They kind of like to buff it up in articles, but it's about 4.8. I don't know if it's having a second weekend run, but close to $5 million for a 1983 movie is magnificent. Like I told you guys the other day, is that when we went into that theater, it was just oozing with Star Wars energy.
Yeah,
A
that
bunch
shit
of
was
like,
cool.
I mean, it was really fun being in a room with a bunch of Star Wars people, except for the ones that were being extra for which reason.
Oh, yeah.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Somebody barked at the screen at one point.
That shit was kind of funny.
Some girl next to me was over here yelling a bunch of absurdities as well. I was just like, how old are you? It just shows how passionate the fandom is, right?
Mhm.
A movie that came out in 1983, a lot of us, including myself, were not even born yet to even watch this movie in
Exactly.
theaters.
Yeah.
So a lot of us lived our dream, right?
Mhm.
I mean, we didn't get the full-on experience because I did tell you at the end of it, I wonder what
Oh,
copy
yeah.
that they were going to play, and they wound up putting Hayden Christensen in there, so everybody
Yeah.
lost their fucking minds.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it would have been a deep cut if they would have played the OG one, and it was just like the older dude.
Well, it wouldn't if it was that one. It wouldn't have all the updated like CGI and all that anyway. So.
That's true too. You're right. Yeah, because it wouldn't have been I think that was like the 06 re-release or
Mhm.
something. So it was phenomenal. What'd you think about that day?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I mean, how does
No.
this feel to know that this many people love Star Wars?
Yeah, no, it's exciting for sure.
Like,
That was
not
my whole
alone.
thing. I was really excited to go. I was like, if I can't go this Friday, and we gotta choose a different time, then sure. But I wanted to get in as soon as possible because they were doing every showtime was every few hours, and there was probably about like 6 showtimes throughout the whole day, and so getting to experience it was nice, but it was packed for sure. But 5 million ain't bad.
That's a good amount.
And I'm sure only Star Wars fans made up that money, so damn, that's pretty good.
I mean, and the other people that were like supporting, the husbands or the wives,
Oh,
little
yeah,
thing
yeah.
about it. It was funny because when we were going up to give our tickets, there was the girl. She was talking to the person that was taking the tickets, and she
Yeah.
basically was like, "Oh, I'm here for him" or whatever, and then
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, Yoda, just call me Yoda" or something. Like she was like really trying, and I was
Yeah,
just like,
there you
"See,
go.
that's really nice. That's like
Yeah.
a wholesome moment,
For real, yeah.
that we can all enjoy Star Wars
Mhm.
like this." So, Return of the Jedi. I don't know if it's coming out for another weekend. Is
I don't
it?
think so,
I
no. It
don't
was
think so.
only-
I think this was the only weekend. So I
It was
mean,
only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
for what it's worth, to a Star Wars fan, that was really good. It
That
was
it.
everything.
Yep.
Loved it. Can't wait. Hopefully they do this again for like A New Hope and Empire Strikes
No, yeah,
Back.
for when their
I hope
anniversaries
like
come through.
I hope like this money kind of shows like people will go and watch it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Regardless if it's an old movie, because it's iconic.
Yeah.
Those movies are iconic,
Yeah, that'd
and
be
so,
fucking nice.
I mean, some people like to say Return of the Jedi is a bad movie. I say it's a great movie.
No, yeah, that shit was great.
Yeah. So congratulations to George Lucas. Obviously, that was his thing, and hopefully we can get back to Star Wars movies like that. You know what I mean? Where it brings the fandom together.
Yeah.
Because we can all say we all as a fandom universally love the original trilogy. Obviously, it was the the birthplace, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, towards the third one, a lot of people say like that one's the wonky one, but I mean, universally, OG trilogy is loved. Prequel trilogy, hated for a while, but then loved. Sequel trilogy, divided the fandom hella. That just was crazy. But hopefully, this is just its hate era, and eventually it will become the love era.
Yeah.
Just how we embraced the prequels, right?
Yeah,
or how
sure.
everybody else did. I, for one, always loved the prequels. I don't care what anybody says. So, with that being said, good job to the Return of the Jedi, and like I just want to see more on the big screen. The ones that I missed, and then hopefully one day they put the prequels for YouTube. I know you missed those.
I want
to
be able to see all of it in theaters. Live long enough to experience all that stuff.
I wonder how much it would cost to like rent out a theater and just do it ourselves.
If I could find that out, I would want to play Star Wars, but at the same time, I'd want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League in theaters.
Before Star Wars?
Yeah.
You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. With that, I'm just gonna leave it there. Star Wars forever. I don't care. Over Zack Snyder's Justice League. I said it.
Wow.
I said it. Anyways, moving on though. What else is on the record?
God damn it.
Is Jonathan Majors.
Your segues are
it's pretty nice. They're clean. So Jonathan Majors, we all heard that his court date's coming up. Disney's still in limbo with him. We don't know what's happening so far with Kang and all that. We do have a court date on May 8th that is coming up quickly here. We're already in May at the time of recording this. So, but one thing that is not looking good for him before this trial is that one alleged victim has been granted a temporary restraining order. That means that he or a third party cannot come in contact with this alleged victim. Now, I'm one of those optimistic persons, innocent until proven guilty. That's how I always see it. This is just an alleged victim. But at the same time, I'm just saying, all these events that's been happening is not a good look. We got the text messages that looked forced, okay? We wound up getting the charges actually pressed on them after they supposedly said they were going to be dropped instantaneously as soon as this undeniable evidence came out, and that just did not happen. And then victims just came out of nowhere and just started talking to the DA, and now we got a restraining order on one of them.
Yeah, no, it's not looking good. It isn't.
This timeline just sounds worse and worse as like it goes down.
It's not doing too well, and still no word from Majors.
Nothing at all. He hasn't brought up not one word, not one shred of evidence, no video, nothing to exonerate him. Like, you would think he would do something like that, unless he's waiting for a mic drop moment. In that case, he's basically literally acting like the character he played in Creed 3, where he's taking all these punches and then he's gonna eventually just Hulk out later on. But it doesn't seem like that. We're not in a movie. So.
I don't think so. No, that's not what's happening. It just sounds so bad. It sounds like, putting it all into perspective, like you just did. It all sounds very bad. Like he has a lot against him right now. I needed him to pull. He either has to pull through, or shit's just gonna keep getting worse.
He needs to do something. This silence is just so bad. It makes it worse on him, because it, like, if he was innocent, he would have been vocal about that shit. He would have been out there, doing the most. Now it's just like, what can he do if he's guilty? You know what I mean? It's just, oh man, and it sucks, because I was giving him the benefit of the doubt too, and hoping like this is just, oh, he's rich, so a lot of people are trying to, take his money type shit or whatever. People do that all the time. Now it's just looking like he actually did it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna like, Jonathan Majors. I liked him, bro. I liked him. So it kind of sucks. I don't think this is a good look for anybody, especially for Disney too, because I mean, still till this day has him as king, but yet now we got restraining orders happening and everything
Yeah.
like that. So I'm sure Disney's going to be coming under fire as well, depending on how this goes. I mean, if they hang on to him to the point and he winds up being, guilty, do you think people are really going to look at Disney in a bad way? I mean, Disney's in a rock and a hard place with this situation already because they've already been down this path, like I said, with Johnny Depp before. But it just seems like all the evidence is stacking up against them. Like, this is a lot worse. I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun, but this just sounds so bad that I feel like I'm just moving ahead to the guilty verdict. But innocent until proven guilty. We got to wait until May 8th, right?
Oh damn, that's not. That's a couple days away.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
We're already
man.
in May, so this is coming up pretty quick. So
Damn. Yeah, no. I don't think. Or what's the best way to put it? Disney needs to make a move. If they're really waiting for the last minute to hear that he's guilty or whatever, then that just says I mean, sticking with him pretty much up until his verdict is like kind of just job security. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that sounds very like, all right, he's innocent, or say he's innocent, and then he could start filming again. But if he has to wait, or if they have to wait and be like, now we have to find out if he's guilty or not, then that's when the ball will drop.
yeah.
But sticking by his side is kind of just right now is kind of
It's a good play on them.
It's a good play for sure, but eventually it'll start looking bad.
Oh man, Jonathan Majors, bro. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't get kicked out of the House of Mouse. Hopefully this is all just alleged. Hopefully, when the court date comes, the
His team pulls a fucking Hail Mary.
yeah, like something just happens that's crazy. Hopefully, but we don't know how many witnesses there are. They just said victims plural, so it could be 2, it could be 10. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping it's not 10, because
damn,
I'm hoping it.
Racking up those numbers.
Like I said, this is not a report or anything. I'm not saying that he abused 10 women. I'm just saying the victims, they didn't really make it clear how many there is, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with this. But May 8th is the court date, and I'm hoping we can do like a full coverage type thing with this one. So it's gonna be
it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be good. We'll do our best to do that for you guys. Moving on though, we got word that Damon Lindelof's basically he gave us an insight and basically told us that Disney had hired him for this new Rey movie that was supposed to come out. He was supposed to be the writer. Wound up getting bumped out and being replaced by Stephen Knight, the writer for Peaky Blinders.
Mm-hmm.
So Damon Lindelof basically said that he was there. He had a script ready to go. He had a plan. And Disney basically said no and wanted to go a whole different direction. And according to his pitch, he wanted to have Helen Mirren play an older Rey Skywalker. And that is what made Disney want to reject it.
Because of
creative differences.
Yeah. That's weird. That's crazy.
So he wanted it to be set 60 years after the events of Rise of Skywalker. Had an elderly Rey Skywalker, right? Obviously he wanted Helen Mirren to play that older Rey Skywalker. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what would you have wanted to see a Helen Mirren
Not really, no.
Like Rey? No, I mean, if we're gonna see Rey, I would assume we would want to see the younger.
Exactly, or even then, like at least movie magic her and fucking make her look old. Don't get a whole different actress. What the hell? That's so weird. That's not even like, hey, I want to see Han Solo in his own solo movie, but don't recast him. Just make Harrison Ford young the whole movie, or look young the whole movie. Like, no, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Give me the either a different person or the same person, and you got to make a different story. That's I think that sounds wrong on all types of levels.
Yeah. So according to Jeff Snyder as well, that obviously Disney didn't like the script, but also on top of that, apparently the differences weren't between Disney and Lindelof. The differences were between him and the director, Obade Chinoy, who had directed, I believe, the Marvels. Um, so after they brought the Peaky Blinders writer, that's when they set that plan to make it 15 years after Rise of Skywalker and have Rey.
Yeah.
So now, on top of that, we're also hearing from the same scooper, Jeff Snyder, and he's a reliable scooper, that Rey will not be that lead role within this Star Wars film.
I mean,
she will be playing like a Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi type of character.
Yeah, bro, but I'm gonna be mad as hell if she dies. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so upset because it sounded like she was gonna be there for like all 3 movies, I guess.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case. I mean, even if she's not the main character and she's the teacher, then that's even cool. That's cool. That's fine. I'm with that. But don't kill her off. I'm gonna be so mad if that happens.
So what the speculation is kind of looking like is because they say that she's not going to be the lead character. She's described as that Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi type character, that they were, the recluse or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming because she's starting the new Jedi Order, it's not necessarily going to be, she's not necessarily going to be front and center because she has to worry about that, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so I know we heard John Boyega is coming back.
I heard that, yeah.
So, or supposedly, I wonder how much money they backed up into his driveway. That's fucking crazy. But apparently he's coming back. So it could be too, and they kind of make it a point here. I believe Jeff Snyder did, was that it could be as well that the movie could be kind of like how, Force Awakens was, and Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi, where it's, a trio movie where, it's going to have John Boyega, Rey on the adventure. So it won't be necessarily one person led film, but an ensemble.
Well, that's kind of how all of them were, no?
Yeah,
well,
but
maybe not the prequels. I can't think of it. Oh, well. Obi-Wan. And then
Rogue
Anakin,
One was like
Padme.
an ensemble movie.
But if it's like Han, Leia, and Luke, then that lines up perfectly. That's fine.
Yeah, it could possibly just be one of those, like, maybe she'll have screen time, obviously, but maybe not as much as the 2 that she's gonna be training or something.
The younger generation.
Yeah. Let me see if they kind of give a description of what Stephen Knight's script was about to be. Oh, that and he's making it a point to say that John Boyega will be coming back. So if it's a guarantee already, that means they paid him out. No, it doesn't say any more about the story. Just that it's 15 years after Rise of Skywalker. Yep. So that one's gonna be an interesting movie. I think they made the right play and got rid of the other writer. I don't think a 6-year-old Rey would have meshed well.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have worked out.
I think a little bit older. If you can show us a little bit older Rey with more training behind her, and maybe a little bit better lightsaber fights, because if she's already establishing an order, hopefully there's more techniques being utilized throughout her order and stuff like that, and you see different combinations and stuff. I would just need to know who the villain is of the story. Hopefully it's not Palpatine.
I don't think it'll be. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be that. Palpatine and the other ones either. Well, I don't think they'd want to try that again. I think after Rise of Skywalker, he's gone, and then now they could just start the way with something else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Oh man, Daisy Ridley coming back as Rey. I mean, I believe it's already controversial as it is to have her back because of the way the fandom is split on her. But I think Disney made the right play with this one, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not one of those who hates or dislikes her. I think there is some issues with the sequel trilogy that did come out, but if they could redeem her in these, maybe this next trilogy that they might be piecing together, this could be probably her redemption arc. And instead of having, 50-50 split, this is where,
It all comes together.
Yeah, the unification comes in.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, Star Wars fans can be a little. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? They can be a little outrageous. Let's call them
that. They could be just a tad bit outrageous for sure. Look, like we said in the beginning. Hopefully, we can get movies where we can get a universal liking of them. Like when Disney made Rogue One, that was kind of like a universal love. You had a few haters out there, whatever, blah blah blah, but it was mostly like a love thing. So Disney can do that. They have the potential to do those kinds of things. It's just it hasn't been panning out, and I'm hoping Disney's in a better, Disney and Lucasfilm, them over there in general, because Lucasfilm has been kind of lagging or kind of dropping the quality of Star Wars, in my opinion, when it comes to with the TV shows. So I'm hoping they could pick it back up with this movie, since it's going to be the first one out the canon,
Basically, yeah. Hopefully this one works out then. But I'll be mad as fuck if they kill Rey.
Maybe in the third part.
Yeah, let her do her thing for,
let her get that redemption arc and die.
Don't pull a Han and fucking, don't kill him. Don't kill her. I don't want that.
They can kill her. It's okay.
No, they can't.
It'll make you sad.
Hell yeah, that will make you fucking sad.
That'll be the imagine that'll like just hurt so bad, and you'll just be like cinema.
Yeah, no, that shit would hurt me real bad.
It's okay. She can come back. It's fine. Not a big deal. But you know what might not come back? Honestly, it might come back. The Flash. So we hear that the VFX on the Flash is finished.
It's finally complete.
Yeah. Apparently, it's finally complete a couple months, or actually like a month and a half before it's set to premiere. We also got a number on how much this movie took to be made. Now, a lot of people were saying a $300 million movie. That was an outrageous number. I assumed that it could have been because of all the reshoots. We heard how many times they changed up this movie. Like, I don't think we were reporting when they did the first switch ups. I think we didn't even think about this podcast at all. But I think it went through like 4 or 5 different changes up until where it's at right now, and a bunch of reshoots. So many reshoots and so much work dedicated into this that the Flash himself, Ezra Miller, according to production designer Paul Osterberry, that he only missed a total of 3 days during the shoot while he was working on the Flash film. So that's a lot to unpack there, right? So
that confirms what I said all that long time ago.
What's that?
That they were working him like a fucking dog. And then they wondered why he was going out on his quote-unquote spree. His homie psyche was broken 6 days a week, and then overtime, and then he only missed 3 days, probably to collect himself and then get back into the hell. But I'm sure doing this movie put a strain on his psyche for sure. That's what I've been saying since I think our first podcast.
And you were saying that because you think that this is the reason why he was, acting out and stuff, right? I mean, I could see it. I only missing 3 days of work on a. I mean, how many days did they say? Do you know how many days? I don't think I looked into that.
No.
Because you said 6 days a week.
6 days a week, and then plus whatever overtime for practical stunts and stuff.
Oh, really? How do you know that though?
It doesn't say that on there?
Oh yeah, spending Saturdays in stunt rehearsals. So a lot of yep, 6 days. Damn, that is a lot. That's what I was wondering. I was like, how'd you know that? But you were reading it right there. Or did I say it?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I'm tripping. Anyways, but yeah, so he's been having that trouble now. VFX being done. All this being said and done, this movie's finally, sounds like it's ready to go, ship. We've been seeing promotion for it. We've been seeing, I don't think we've been seeing Ezra really promoting it, right?
No, not really. No,
they've been kind of keeping them behind. obviously because public opinion. Now, not a lot of people are gonna know about this. Not a lot of people are gonna know what he went through until it breaks big into mainstream media, where um, Variety takes over and stuff like that. Which I'm thinking, and this is me trying to be a little bit more predictive and trying to see how like the business works and shifts. I'm thinking we're gonna hear from a Variety report or something. When does the movie come out? The Flash? Would you know?
I don't remember it right
now.
May?
In May?
No. I want to say no. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm thinking that in about a week or two prior to the movie coming out, we're going to get a Variety report or deadline, something that he's going to be apologizing for his behavior. I believe he already did that already, but I think he's going to come out and do all that stuff, and maybe a week or two prior, possibly do a little bit of campaigning before the Flash film releases, and maybe go to the red carpet premiere.
Comes out June 16th.
Oh, so next month. Damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe like the beginning of June, we're gonna hear something. We're gonna hear a report or something saying what he had to go through on set. Unless they're keeping it to keep it on the hush hush, but I don't know. This production designer kind of spilled the beans.
Well, yeah, it sounds like, I mean, if this movie was going on during the old regime and then making its way up to pretty much the WBD we know now, it sounds like production hell is still going on.
For what it's worth, I'm hoping, like I said, I like Ezra Miller as an actor. I hope, like Jonathan Majors, I hope that, all this stuff is not for real. I hope, he gets let off and everything is just alleged. I hope that the Flash movie is good, even though I do talk a lot of shit. I do hope that it's good. I don't wish movies to be bad. I don't want to walk into a movie and be like, I hope I hate this shit. Like, I really do. Like, I hope it's good. The VFX being locked now, saying that it's done, but seeing the trailers doesn't give me high hopes either. And I was thinking that they're going to pull a Marvel and just go all the way up until premiere day, but, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the CGI, I mean, the money that it took to make it made the Flash film one of DC's most expensive, or the most expensive superhero film that they've made so far. I would assume that we got a little bit more if we're, if they're already spending all that money, might as well, because we've seen with VFX, with good VFX. I mean, a couple years ago we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that was a fucking VFX phenomenon. You know what I mean? And now we're in 2023, getting a Man of Steel knockoff. I mean, sorry, Flash. It's the Flash movie. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on the movie. I swear to God, I'm not. But we're getting this Man of Steel thing with Zod, and like we've seen the trailers. We've seen how kind of goofy it looked. I mean, and we heard at CinemaCon that they were watching an unfinished version of it. How much more did they have to finish at the time?
We don't know.
They were like, "Hey, we just gotta smudge in the water here real quick, and we're ready, we're done."
No, I'd imagine, because I doubt they were watching like how really unfinished looks, like where it's like in its rough draft and it's like just a gray dude running or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
The build up, the model, I guess you could call it. Like, I don't think they were looking at that. I think they were just looking at very wonky looking CGI, and then he wasn't touched up and finished with the blemishes and this and that. I highly doubt they're watching anything still in production.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
So it just needed a few touch-ups and
That's
it was going to be done?
Yeah.
I don't know. That trailer looked like it needed a few more than just touch-ups. But like I said, I don't hate the movie. For what it's worth, I hope that it's good. And I hope Ezra is, getting that help that he needs. I know that he did say that he was, and that's good. That's gone on him. Mm-hmm. Especially if we're hearing that he was worked hella hard for this movie. And, a mental breakdown after having to make a superhero film is no bueno. But at the same time, I mean, he was coming out in James Gunn's Peacemaker, and he did that little CW one too. Wasn't that during the Flash? No.
No, no. I forgot when that came out, but that was like one of its earlier seasons. No.
Yeah.
That came out around when I want to say either around the time Justice League came out or a little bit after that.
Yeah.
Because that was like the last time we seen Ezra's Flash.
No, Peacemaker.
Oh, before that. I know it was before Peacemaker.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, so you think that... So you'd be satisfied with the VFX that they show on screen with this movie? Well, from what you've seen from the trailers, I guess.
Well, yeah. As long as it looks better in the movie and stuff, then I'm for it. I mean, like, I hope that scene with Zod looks better. And then, well, with Batfleck, I hope that looks better too. And then, like, I just hope a lot of it looks touched up and finished. Because a lot of it didn't look too bad either. But when it looked bad, it looked bad.
Yeah. I guess with this one, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny to see what happens because there's I don't know, man. There's just I don't know. I just can't see a movie going into theaters with the trailers that we've seen. But those trailers were pieced together a long time ago prior to CinemaCon, so it could have been fixed up. I don't know. We'll keep positive thoughts for the Flash, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already hyped for it, so I don't.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't have to worry about
that.
I guess you don't have to worry about working yourself too much about it, so that's fine. Moving on though, we did also get a report, or not really a report. The star herself, Xochitl Gomez, who played America Chavez in the Multiverse of Madness, had decided to come out and defend writer Michael Waldron's choices within Multiverse of Madness. Now, a lot of people, like myself, thought Multiverse of Madness did not live up to what it was supposed to be. Can you agree? Disagree?
Well, I liked it. I disagree with that. Maybe it could have done a little bit more like horror stuff, but other than that, I think it ended up pretty fine.
So it didn't live up to what it needed, what you thought it was going to be?
No. Because, I mean, I thought it was fine. If it could have done more, then great. But it's
so
fine
you could have thought right here. You thought right here, but it didn't meet that. It stopped right here. So it could have been. It didn't reach what it could have been.
Because, I mean, I'm satisfied with the product.
But what I'm asking you is, did it...
what I'm asking you is...
I don't know what you mean. Did it reach your expectations?
Yeah. If it would have done a little bit more, then that would have been awesome. But I'm cool with it.
But it at least reached the bare minimum for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So thank you. I was trying to clear it up because you weren't. Because I'm asking you and you're okay. Anyways, moving on. But I lost my train of thought. Damn you. Anyways, so we heard what happened with that movie behind the scenes. We heard that there was a bunch of rewrites, a bunch of reshoots. A lot of people thought the script was kind of bad in Doctor Strange 2. I think that was one of the bad spots that a lot of people were pointing out. And Xochitl Gomez herself, she wound up coming out saying that, y'all need to stop hating on Michael Waldron. He's an excellent writer. They asked for 33 rewrites. None of them was up to him. So her coming out to defend the writer is one thing. I'm like, first, to me, she's very like active within social media, so she sees all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I get that it's her movie and she wants to defend her movie, but 33 rewrites, yeah, it's not his fault. But so who do you want us to blame? Miss Gomez, like Disney? Do you want us to be mad at Marvel for asking him to do it? I mean, if he's an excellent writer, couldn't he have produced excellent, or at least better than what he produced writing in those 33 takes?
Well, that depends because Marvel can be picky sometimes.
That's another thing too.
What do you call it? And not to blame the writer for just himself, but like if Disney saw the first 5 and were like, this isn't it, then okay. But 33, bro, I think that's a mixed part on the right. I think that's a mixed part on the writer's part, and on Disney's part. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I think Feige was kind of just like, nah, give me another one, and then give me another one, having man stressed out to the point where we ended up where we ended up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and even then, they weren't satisfied with that either because they had Sam Raimi change a bit of stuff too.
Well, he had to do a bunch of reshoots,
Well, yeah.
and you know
they were never.
he tried to add his own lines as well. I think he said, and Disney was like, "Ooh, we can't do that" or something. So
they were not satisfied.
So, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to bring up is that, you know, is this a good look for, you know, her to be like, don't blame him, blame my bosses for doing that. You know what I mean? That's what it kind of sounds like. Because I mean, if we can't say that it's the writer's fault, then who do we blame the next person up? Kevin Feige and the gang who are trying to, you know, create this formula. And I think what their formula did was hold back that movie quite a bit.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's a good look. It does if she's putting herself out there to be like, hey, like, and defend the movie, then you gotta can't be mad at her for that. You know, at that point, it's her making her own career choices and stuff. And if Marvel decides you're talking a little bit too much, be quiet, you know, then that's a conversation between Feige and her, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if she's willing to stick her neck out for it, I don't see why not. I think a lot more actors and stuff should step up and things like that. Just not just to defend writers and things like that, but like really talk about what goes on behind the scenes. Because, well, like we just talked about with the Flash, production hell going on in the back. This is the first dude talking about it, you know.
Yeah.
And then we got a little bit way back when with Ray Fisher and Joss Whedon. And then, you know, like, more people should be talking about this sort of thing because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
We just know that, oh, this actor's playing this. That sounds cool. But, you know, like, that one story that broke a few months ago, I think we talked about it, where WB wasn't letting extras from the Joker.
Oh, yeah, go take a dump.
Go to the fucking bathroom. Like,
yeah.
That's hell. People should be talking about this.
Yeah.
The actors should be out there being like, hey, WB, like, let the homies go to the bathroom, or I'm not doing this next scene the way you want me to. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, I will give you my worst performance yet. Like, fuck out of here, you know? I think more people should be coming out and talking about it.
Fair. I mean, yeah, these writers have a lot of pressure on themselves, but 33 rewrites, to me, that, I mean, it could seem like she's trying to point fingers at the studio and everything like that, but at the end of the day, 33 rewrites and the studio wasn't happy kind of says on the writer's part as well. So, I mean, he's not completely blameless either.
I'm not. That's what I just said. Like, I'm not completely blaming him either. I'm saying it has to be a mix of both, because after 5 pages or 10 pages, you really have to step back and be like, damn.
Creative differences.
Yeah, like, you know, and if Feige's being picky after 5 things,
then you fucking write it then.
At that point, that's just clashing heads, and, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not really like a huge deal what Disney, you know, asked for. It's just, I think the bigger deal is what the product came out to be. And I think for what it was, I guess, how you said, I guess it was okay, but it could have done more. And, you know, VFX was lacking, and we, you know, that's what happened with Victoria Alonso and stuff like that. So, I mean, we're hearing these little things. I'm hoping that, you know, moving forward, you know, Disney's correcting, we're learning, and we're eventually going to get out of this little, you know, bad spot where we got to point fingers. Because before, we never heard a peep from the MCU or Marvel, you know? Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Everything was fine and dandy. Over there was like, la, 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 we're here to make a movie. And, you know, it was done. It was over there at WB where you were getting shot up by drive-bys and, you know, getting ran over by cars and shit. So, hearing, like, stuff like this coming out from the MCU side is kind of like, you can tell what's been going on behind the scenes over there, too, and what's been affecting Phase 4. And, you know, hopefully that, you know, people like this calling them out, I think this is good, because at least it'll show people like, hey, we need to chill out a little bit, you know, and be able to, like how you said, hear a little bit more behind the scenes stuff so we can know about it, shine the light on it, and fix it. And hopefully this stuff is going to fix it and move us forward into a better phase.
And even then, I think the MCU has been cracking under that pressure too, because we talk about the visual effects workers and the things that goes on behind the scenes over there. So it may not look as messy as WBD because WBD kind of lets their trash hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel has cracks in their wall.
Yeah,
that
they
really,
try to keep it behind closed doors for the most part.
People come out and we know about it. We know about the visual effects workers that have been put through hell pretty much the past couple movies and whatnot,
and still haven't done anything about it. Crazy.
Or what's her name? The one that recently got fired that was willing to talk about it before they gave her hush money.
Yeah. They're like, all right, we'll pay you.
Yeah. See,
why even fight? Why even fight?
Yeah. So like they're good at covering it up, but when it leaks, it leaks.
That is true. That is true. So I mean, leaks are a common thing everywhere. But one thing that is leaking that's crazy is that we might get Margot Robbie as Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. Apparently, she has now been offered this role.
Oh, shit.
Along with Paul Mescal as Johnny Storm. But a rumor's going around saying that he probably gave it back and said no. So we'll have to wait to see when that hits the trades.
This movie
but
is just struggling to get people together.
So we got Adam Driver,
potentially as Reed.
We got Mila Kunis potentially as the Thing. I mean, she says she's not, but I mean, I haven't heard any words.
That's the name on the table for now.
Yeah. Margot Robbie as Sue Storm, and Paul Mescal, depending on if this rumor is true that he actually pulled out of this and said no, he is up for Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
So we I mean, all the offers have been made. Apparently, it's just up to them to take it. So if they refuse, they got to go to the next choice. And for me, Margot Robbie as Sue Storm, I don't think so. I don't think that'd be the move.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think we can get better ones.
I don't know. I don't really. I'd have to. I'd have to see it. Same with Reed, Adam Driver. I'd have to see it. I can't really picture it.
I mean, from this comic, the way they picked it, it kind of makes it look like she can look like her, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to see her. I think she'd be fine as Harley Quinn, and I think she should stay over there at DC. Maybe she can get a little bit more, a little more bang for her buck over there. I don't think her jumping to the MCU as Sue Storm would be the move, in my opinion. That's just me. I just think that she's good where she's at.
Yeah, no, I don't really have words for this because I try and picture it and my brain can't really put it together. It would be, I think, casting wise, maybe they could do a little better, yeah, but I don't think she'd make a half bad Sue Storm.
I mean, if they're already offering these roles to these people, it's like, I mean, I guess shoot for the stars. Aim for the moon kind of thing, you know what I mean? And then, if they give it back and be like, you know what, I don't think this is the right fit for me, then at least Disney can say, well, it was up to her,
For sure. At least then she rejects it on her own free will and she isn't tied down to anything. But yeah, I think she should stay at DC also.
What other, I mean, let's be honest, Sue Storm is like, a white blonde, so like what other one could play Sue Storm? White blonde. Ooh, what about Samara Weaving? Nah, well, maybe. Samara?
Maybe.
I could use me some more Samara Weaving. I appreciate her.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, I would have saved her in Scream 7.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I would have saved her.
It's just tough. It's tough to picture.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now with the Fantastic Four. Yeah, they're going through like this. Obviously, they're looking for casting and, damn, leaks is crazy. Leaks. I mean, if they made offers and people were already reporting that, hey, they made an offer to them, it's kind of like, Disney, we got to work on this leak issue. Like, why do we know exactly who you guys are teeing up? You know what I mean? Why, like, we can't even be surprised at like, a San Diego Comic-Con or something, you know? Like, we need to plug these up. Like, this should be all speculation, but it seems like a lot of people are reporting on it, a lot of scoopers, so it seems like it's definitive.
Yeah.
The only one that kind of seems kind of wonky is probably Mila Kunis as a thing, but to be honest, I'm not putting it past them that they didn't have conversations about it. Like, I'm not saying that Disney's gonna take it. I'm just saying, like, I think Disney was like, Mila?
Yeah, like, hey, you trying to be the thing?
Hey,
I'm just kidding. But unless unless you want it.
I mean, come on.
But no, I don't. This movie sounds like it's having a tough time getting off the ground.
Well, they got till 2025, so they better start fueling the jet. They gotta fuel the jet. That's what they gotta do. It's fine. Rumors are rumors. Like I said, Paul Mescal is still up in the air. That one's saying that. Like I said, there's not a lot of people confirmed it yet, so I'm not wanting to make it definitive. But apparently he is rejecting it supposedly. So we'll have to wait and see if that's true. Margot Robbie, I mean, though she's not a bad choice, like a terrible choice, I don't think that she should take it. So I'm hoping she's just like, I'm good. Adam Driver, I can probably get behind if if they make him look good. And, like I said, I don't see him that much either. I'm not really like for him, but if he takes it, I can at least put it with Margot Robbie. I'm like, nah, I think we could do somebody else.
Maybe, yeah.
I think we can probably go a different direction.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll have to wait and see with that one as well. But one person, okay, and this is going to be the final topic, okay? We did get actual casting news, so this is like actual factual. They signed on. This is what's going to happen. And if you guys have not gotten enough of Pedro Pascal, you guys will. Or maybe not, because he is now joining Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel for Paramount. He's going to be joining Paul Mescal, okay? He's going to be joining Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn, Barry Cohegan, I believe the original Connie Nielsen, the mother of the little boy in the original movie. I forgot his name. Connie Nielsen, she's going to be reprising her role in the sequel as well. So a lot of big names coming onto this picture. I'm assuming something crazy is about to happen.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they're cooking with a lot of good people. Interesting.
You for a Pedro Pascal?
Yeah. I don't know if this boosts me wanting to see it even more, but I'd be down to check it out. Especially now that, I mean, him being in it is a plus. I love him as an actor. He's so good.
Not Denzel.
Denzel's cool.
What? Okay. If Denzel was in a movie and Pedro Pascal was in a movie, what movie would you go see?
I'd probably go Pedro Pascal, yeah.
You'd go Pedro over Denzel?
Yeah.
That's motherfucking Denzel.
I'm aware of who he is.
Wow. This new generation, man. I don't know. I don't know. That was like Landmine, Pedro Pascal. Safety, Denzel Washington. You went straight for danger.
No.
He's definitely a red flag.
No.
Look, man, if
he's
a man who only takes roles to be a single father and take care of a child, can't trust him.
What?
Yeah.
That's not how that
Name
works.
all the roles he's had.
Well, other than those two, he was in a lot more. Yeah.
84? What was he?
84.
A maniacal single father.
Okay.
I think in that new Spy Kids movie too, he played a single father in that one too.
But he was a dad there. He was a dad.
He wasn't.
He was like a superhero dad.
But it was his actual kids that time.
but I think his character dies. I can't remember the movie too well.
I don't either.
Well, he did the one with Nick Cage.
I don't know if he had a kid in that one. I haven't seen it.
In that one.
Okay. All right. Well, 1 out of 4.
And then
is there another one?
In the Kingsman.
Who's in Kingsman?
Yeah, I think he was in the sequel. He was in the second one.
Oh yeah. He wasn't. He wasn't a
wasn't
father.
a
Okay,
father.
that's two versus 4. Okay. You got another one in the chamber or what? I think you're running out.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think. Hold on. Oh fuck.
I Think you're slowly losing juice.
Well, I don't know his filmography. Give me a second. Hold on. I don't know enough for it. Give me 1 second.
Let me see. I got this right here. Oh, he was in Narcos. He probably wasn't a father there. Game of Thrones. I heard he was a father in that one.
God damn it.
I heard he was a father in that one. Single father. Yeah. That's not helping your case either.
He was in Equalizer.
Oh, not Spy Kids. It was a movie called We Can Be Heroes.
He was in. He's been in a lot of these movies, but none that I really.
Yeah, when he was young.
None that I really know.
When he was younger, he was in like different stuff. But now that he's an older dude, a lot of his recent work has been single father, raising a child.
He was a single father in WW84 too.
Yeah, he was. I told you.
Yeah, no, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Well, to be fair, he was neglectful in WW84, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, he was kind of maniacal, and then at the end, he comes back around. And he's like, "I love you. I'll never do it again." But it's like you did it,
boy,
my boy.
But yeah, no.
So I don't know. Maybe he'll be another father in this one who needs to, or you know what? I could see him as one of those like. One of the like royalty, you know, the ones that wear the gold leaves on their head and have like the robes and you know, like chiseled beard and everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I could see him as doing something like that. I don't know, maybe
For sure.
I don't know what their roles are. There's not a lot of like what's it called? There hasn't been a synopsis that dropped or anything, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But it does sound like it's stacking up to be a great cast. Pedro Pascal. I mean, he's a hot ticket right now. Everybody wants to work with Pedro.
Yeah.
And
He's doing good stuff.
He's going to be so busy, he's not going to be able to show up for Mandalorian Season 4. And we're not going to see his face throughout the whole show. Once again.
Nah, I'm sure we will.
Did you hear about that? That supposedly he was supposed to take his helmet off on the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't show up because he was filming The Last of Us.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Isn't that crazy?
That is very crazy.
They were just like, you can't show up, like at all, and he was just like,
no,
I got this thing. They're like, what about your kid? He's like, well, I got my other kid. I gotta worry about over here. He's like, hold on, I gotta clear this hospital real quick.
Yeah, no, that's not fair. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope he's a lot more present during season 4. Because I thought there were more moments where he'd take off his helmet and stuff, but I guess not.
No, due to scheduling conflicts, he was not
afford his voice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's
so
crazy.
you are excited for this Gladiator sequel and hearing that Pedro Pascal is coming into it?
No, that sounds pretty cool.
Oh, me too. I was already happy about it as soon as I heard that Denzel was in there, but Pedro Pascal on top of it, I might.
I see you like Pedro too. Don't judge me.
I'd like him too, but I wouldn't be like, I'm gonna watch this movie because of Pedro Pascal. I'm gonna watch the movie because of Denzel. And to be honest, I've been hearing a lot of good things about Paul Mescal too, so I kind of want to see him as well. I kind of want to, like, I'll make Gladiator 2 my introduction to him.
I guess.
What? You don't?
Nah.
Do you know who he is?
I don't.
So you don't want to know who he is?
Not really, no. What has he done?
I guess he was in Game of Thrones.
I've not seen that goddamn show.
Me neither. But we're gonna watch him in the Gladiator, right?
I've never seen that show, man.
Me neither. The only thing I know about it was that Starbucks coffee cup incident. That was it.
I know.
And then I hear that the last
Peter
season.
Dinklage was in it.
Oh yeah, me too. I know he was in there.
And then the Targaryen, the main chick, she's kind of becoming a hot actress too. And then
yeah, she's in
Jason
the
Momoa
Secret Invasion.
was in it.
Jason Momoa was in there too.
For a brief moment, yeah.
Damn. Actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even know Pedro Pascal was in it until I seen a clip, and I was like, "Oh shit, he was in the."
I think he dies. I think he dies.
Possibly. I don't think he makes it through the seasons.
He dies pretty early on.
How do you know? You never even seen it?
I've heard.
Oh yeah.
People that know and seen that show, because I'm never gonna watch it, but people that know and seen it say that he dies pretty early on.
Mm-hmm. Well. Hopefully he doesn't die pretty early on in the Gladiator 2.
He shows up. Hey, everyone. Gets stabbed. I wasn't even in it for 5 minutes. What the fuck?
Now I gotta go be a daddy again on this show. Hopefully he doesn't go out that way. But that is gonna be the last.
He dies during the opening credits. That would be funny.
That would be
They
kind of
just
funny.
like directed by, and then it's just him in the background getting stabbed.
Gladiator 2, bitch. With that being said, if there's anything on here that we didn't talk about, anything that we should have talked about but we didn't get around to, any movies that you do want us to review, or any videos you want us to react to, like I said, Josh, go ahead and let them know where they can let us know.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up, and you can engage with us there. If you want us to do us on the go, Spotify and Apple Podcast at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way, Zippy Stream at FilmBros Podcast. I'll take your name and email. And then at the end of it all, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.